What's good, YouTube? Back with another video. I just recorded the first part of this I guess two-part series, and I did the badge tier list. So I went over every badge and I said what the sweet spot was, and now we're gonna get into the best animation, or best attributes, where you should have your attributes at. So pretty much the attributes are gonna be where you want to get your badges at. So the attributes kind of affect each other basically with the sweet spot. So that's where this video is about to head. So next I just want to get into the verse of the day, verse of the video I should say. I don't know what day it is now, but I just it's like my fourth video spreading the word. So from Luke 6:28, but to you who are listening, I say, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, pray for those who mistreat you. So, a lot of the times we let our emotions get the best of us, whether we're on the receiving end or the giving end of that. We let our emotions lead us sometimes way too much, and that affects the people around us. We should really treat each other a lot better. I know sometimes you just can't control it. Sometimes it really gets difficult, and sometimes it's difficult to receive that too. But truthfully, it's not worth it. It really isn't in the end. 5 seconds can really change your whole life for the worse or for the better too. So just try to control your emotions better. And to the ones who hate you, love them. And the ones who hurt you emotionally, physically, just pray for them. And pray that they can find something better, and because it's truly just not worth it in the end. I'm not gonna lie, it's not. You don't have to be close to everybody, you don't have to be the best of friends, but we shouldn't hate each other. We should love each other more, forgive each other, and just move on with life, because at the end of the day, it's really not worth it. We really have no enemies. We're all children of God, and we all should treat each other as such. We have no human enemies, truly. But to get into the video now, attributes, sweet spots, like I said, these are all going to depend on what kind of build you have. So I'm gonna try to break it down for, I would say, small guards. Then I'm gonna do kind of like locks, I guess you can say, taller guards, taller build, I'm gonna say usually, and then bigs. So close shot, if you're a guard, lock, you don't need this. Bigs, sweet spot, I would say about 87 is probably a sweet spot for you, because close shot matters to where you're, like the painted area, when you do, like, I would say if you get a rebound, main thing I see bigs using this for is you get a rebound and you pump fake, and then you go back up. That's close shot. So anything within that like painted area is kind of going to be close shot. So I would say 87 is probably a spot where it's not too high, not too low, doesn't cost too much or too little as a big. Any other build, you don't need this. Driving layup, if you're making a build with no dunk as a small guard, then I would say 85, probably that sweet spot where you want to go. Pretty sure you get some pretty good animations with that. I forget, Trey Young is, I want to say 83 layup, so 85 is going to be enough, and you can play around with whatever other animation or save you like for layup style. Any other build, if you have dunk, just let the dunk take up your layup. So you see, if I put my dunk up, your layup goes with it. Just leave it bare minimum if you have dunk. Driving dunk depends on the build you're making. Bare minimum should be 73 for that bronze posterizer. So if you're a 5'9" or a small guard and you're just trying to get dunks, 73 is where you want to go. If you are a taller guard and you're trying to get like some contacts but not too much, I would say 87. You can get, that's the minimum requirement to get contact dunks, 87, and then you're also going to need vert with it. If you're a slasher and you're trying to get a lot of contact dunks, 93 should get it to you. I'm pretty sure that's gold poster too. I think 96 costs too much. I wouldn't go for it. If you really want to max +1, you can max +1 poster to Hall of Fame after that. But 93 is the bare minimum if you're trying to get that. I would say locks. If you're a lock playing off ball like that, and you're like a comp lock, those comp lock like type builds, and you're just trying to get some dunks, You don't need a too high dunk because you're not going to have the ball in your hand like that. The guard is. You're just going to have dunk to where you cut back door on people. 60 bare minimum. You get enough to put the ball in the hoop, and that's all you need. Standing dunk, bare minimum 45. If you're a guard, it does not cost a lot to have it, and you still get those animations. So bare minimum, if you can get it up there, get it there. If not, leave it. If you're a guard and you're a 300, go for that. Centers, bare minimum 85. If you're trying to get a lot of contact dunks, go 95, but bare minimum 85 for standing as a center. Post control, bigs, you're gonna want that 87 for post up poet. Anything else that comes with it just comes with it. 87 bare minimum. Any other build, you're probably not posting up like that. I would leave it. Midi, now these two right here, midi and 3, are going to be tough. So midi, I would say bare minimum, you should try to get it. And don't forget about your cap breakers with these two before I go on. Don't forget about your cap breakers. These can you get like +5 depending on where you're at. You can get plus whatever. And when you make your builds, I have build tutorials and builds that you can post. Don't forget about your cap breakers when you're making these. But bare minimum, I would say 89. That gold set shot's that sweet spot. So that 89 is going to be that sweet spot. And if you put up your midi at an 89, your 3 you can honestly just leave at a 70. No matter what your build is, your midi is going to carry your 3-pointer because of the badges that you have, if that makes sense. So you don't need to match your 3-pointer with your midi. If you have this midi at a 96, these badges affect your 3-point shot too, that come up with it. So set shot is going to affect your 3-point shot too, and you're still going to get a good jump shot with your midi as well. So midi costs less, and you can do both with midi, but with 3-pointer, you can do both too. But I would say put your midi up higher, unless you're trying to get that 99 3 ball as a small guard, which you really don't need this year. 95 for everything on Hall of Fame, I believe. If you're a small guard, anywhere else though, sweet spot 89. 3 ball, like I said, 70 if you put up your midi higher. But if you don't want that midi, I would still go for that gold set shot. So 89, that will put your midi at a 79. So 89 is where you're going to want to go for both of them as a sweet spot. Free throw, I don't know, whatever your build can get to. This is something you shouldn't make your build out to be great at unless you're playing a lot of 5s, which you still don't need. Let your small guard take those. But bare minimum, if you're playing a lot of comp 5s, I'll go like a 60 to be honest, wherever it goes up as you put your, let me see, if you get that at an 89, yeah, if you go with that sweet spot, it's at a 64, you can hit with it. That's all you need. Pass hack, sweet spot 71. That gives you these badges right here, and you're going to be able to pass the ball. It's not going to be too high or too low. Bare minimum, I think I would say 60 is what I have on my 2s lock. I don't pass the ball on my 2s lock like that, so I only need a 60. Actually, I think I have a 55 because that's bronze diamond. Like, that's like a just in case. Like, that was my mentality. But I have a 55. I don't pass because my guard is taking all the shots for the most part, and I'm catching shooting off the screen. So 55 bare minimum. I would say max, I would go 89 for that Tyrese Halliburton pass style, and that's the fastest one in the game, so I would go with that. And I wouldn't worry about badges too much with that. If you want to go higher, I would say the actual max is this 94 right here. I don't even think this, you see how much that just jumped just off bringing this down to. Look how much on that green bar, I'm pointing like you guys can see it, but that green bar on the side, your potential, just watch how much it jumps just off trying to get gold bailout. It jumped that much, so it cost a lot pass hack. And then don't even get me started on the 99. I get everything else is coming up with it, but it's not worth it. If you just drop this down, you see how much of a difference that is. You lose so much potential. So max is an 89. That's where you should really put it. Ball handle, if you're a small guard, get Steve Francis. So 6'4" under, get Steve Francis. That's a 95. Ball handle, if you don't want that, you don't really need it. I would say that's max is the 95 you should go for. After that, I would say 89 because you get D Fox 6 size up, and that's probably the second best one. If you want Trae Young because you like that one better, put it up at a 90. That's fair. You can bounce between D Fox and Trae Young as the second best. In my opinion, it's Defox. I like Defox second, but 95, if not 89. Those should be your caps on ball handle. Then after that, for taller builds, you can go for the 85 for like 6'6" and up. I put my 6'6" has an 81 ball handle that gives you Cade Cunningham sig size up, and I would say that's the best one you can get. So yeah, that's probably bare minimum for your guard build. So if you have the ball in your hands a lot, any other build, locks, you don't need this. Centers, you don't need this unless you're trying to like dribble as a lock or as a center. Then 70s, that spot where you should go for. Speed with ball will be a 40. I think that's normal dribble style, I want to say. And then pro would be 60. So any build that's not a guard, 60 is the max you want to go with. And minimum, I would say 40 if you're still trying to dribble. If not, don't touch it. Let the speed bring it up. Tall or small guard? No, tall guards will start with. Sweet spot is, can I get it? No, not right here. 84 is what you need for SGA's ball handle, but 86 gives you gold lightning launch. So I would say 86 for that gold lightning launch is the sweet spot. For tall guards, small guards, I would say 91 for lightning launch Hall of Fame is that sweet spot that you want to go for. And you can use your cap breakers for that. Legend, I wouldn't say is worth it. Interior defense, now this one's a tough one. I would say 90, I want to say 93. Can I see what post lockdown is? It's over here. Or paint patroller, let's see. Paint patroller is more important. You only need a 77 for gold. So if you're big, I would go for 84 interior. Yeah, 84 interior. I don't know how that sounded on my mic. I'm sorry for making that noise, but 84 bare minimum interior. As a big, any other build has a lock. I would say about an 84 both locks and bigs. I would say 84 sweet spot. Bare minimum. Yeah, put it at an 84. I would say that's bare minimum. Perimeter, 85 is that sweet spot. So at a, I want to get rid of this. At an 85, you get on ball menace. Once you put your agility up to, you get on ball menace on silver. That's probably bare minimum you should go with. Sweet spot where it works best and doesn't cost too much is a 91. You get gold on ball menace. I wouldn't worry about any other badge here besides immovable is another good badge you should try to go for with your perimeter, but that's with strength. So on ball is the most important badge with your perimeter defense, and it also determines your contest that you get to. So 91's the best, 85 minimum as an on ball defender. And then as a big, you're probably not going to get it up as high. You're not going to be able to contest shots as a big. That's just how the game works. So I would say get it as high as you can without sacrificing other things. Steal sweet spot, same as Perim, 85. You get gold interceptor. That's probably going to be the best thing that you can get for steal. You get a lot of pluck, so you don't have to get this up any higher, glove that is. So you run the best lanes and not cost too much. Like that 94, it doesn't cost too much per like smaller builds, but it costs kind of a lot, and it doesn't really make a major impact to where you should try to go get that. So I would say 85 is that sweet spot for that. Block 68 is the bare minimum. Any other build, I'm gonna say mainly bigs. I will go for 93 block, I want to say. Whereas you get paint patroller, yeah, 93 block gives you that gold paint patroller. So yeah, 93 is that sweet spot. O rebound and D rebound. Now if you're not a big, if you are a big, get your O board to a 99. It's actually that simple. Or your D board, you can pick. I would really recommend O board. Makes more sense the way this game works. And then bare minimum, I would put that at an 83 for all other builds. Bigs, bare minimum, go get that gold at a 92. I don't know why I said 83. All other builds 80. Bigs, bare minimum 92. Honestly, it should be 96. I'm gonna bump that up. Bigs, bare minimum 96. The way this game is, everybody has high rebound. Every big has high rebound, so bare minimum 96. But at that point, you might as well either cap breaker to a 99, but any way you can get that 99 as a big. Speed, sweet spot is gonna be the same with Agility, I'm gonna say both speed and agility 85. If you're a lock, smack your speed as high as you can, no cap. And your agility, smack both of those as high as you can if you're a lock. Small guards, you're gonna be faster than any other build in the game no matter what, so I'll say sweet spot probably 87, bare minimum 85. Bigs, get it up as high as you can. I don't like bigs that have like a 40 speed. You're gonna be slow as dirt, but other than that, yeah, those are probably sweet spots for all those builds. Same with agility, same thing I said, except bigs. I would say put your agility at a decent spot. So if you can max it out at like a 70, put it at like a 60 bare minimum. Like you don't gotta max it out, but put it up like decent enough. Now strength is a tough one. If you don't care about like getting those physical animations and stuff like that, don't even worry about it. If you don't care about a movable, don't worry about it, or brick wall. But for a center, let's start off with centers. I would say try to get that high brick wall. So I would say max sweet spot I would say is that 95 for that Hall of Fame if you're a center. Bare minimum I would go for is silver. I have like a stretch and I have it only on silver at an 85. I think that's a pretty solid spot. And I would say the sweet spot is probably gold, to where it doesn't cost too much, not too little, but it works the best, is that gold. Locks, I would try to get that immovable enforcer as high as you can. So depending on where your parim is, say you put that at the 91 parim, or yeah, the 91 for the gold on ball. We try to get your strength. Well, it's a tier 2, so if you're a lock, you can honestly max +1 it, but if you don't want to, I would try to go for that Hall of Fame immovable. So that means put your strength at a 91. Any other build like a guard, unless you're trying to get like physical finisher or something like that, strong handles, then just go for strong handles. If you're trying to get it, go for that 85. Physical finisher, I don't prefer using, but same thing, probably 85, and you'll get those animations. Vert, the sweet spot's 85 for, I would say probably every build except small guards who don't dunk a lot. But I would say 85 is pretty much the sweet spot for pretty much every build except slashers with 99 dunk, who are trying to just dunk on everybody. And that's everything there. Sorry for the long video. If you made it this far, I thank you for watching. To be honest, I've kind of just babbled on a lot. It's kind of what I do if you guys haven't seen any more of my videos. But yeah, I'm gonna chalk it there. So if you haven't seen the badge video, that's gonna be popping up on the screen at some point soon. And I guess I'll catch you guys in the next one.